Good morning, doctor. Good morning, everyone. I'm Zhang Yuxin. My matric number is 145173. Today, I will present the topic of based on Alice 197. Discuss with examples the following three premises of interlanguage. We all know that the concept of interlanguage involves the following premises about second language acquisition. Firstly, a second language learner constructs a system of abstract linguistic rules. The learner constructs a system of abstract linguistic rules, which analyze comprehension and production of the second language. This system of rules is viewed as a mental grammar and is referred to as an interlanguage. That means habits are formed when learners respond to stimuli in the environment and subsequently have their responses reinforced so that they are remembered. Learning took place when learners have the opportunities to practice making the correct response to a given stimulus. Learners imitated models of correct language and received positive reinforcement if they were correct, and negative reinforcement if they were incorrect. For example, learners might hear the sentence "give me a pencil," use it themselves, and thereby be rewarded by achieving their communicative goal. It should be clear that behavioral accounts of second language acquisition emphasize only what can be directly observed and ignore what goes on in the blackboard of the learner's mind. Here are some examples for the mental grammar. Firstly, newspaper headlines occasionally have unexpected funny interpretations. One example is two cars were reported stolen by the police yesterday. Which part of the mental grammar leads to the possibility that the police could have done the stealing or the reporting in the headline? The answer is syntax semantics. Second is Newfoundland English has some characteristic differences to standard Canadian English. The following systems are grammatical in Newfoundland English. I eat toast for breakfast every day. What part of the mental grammar of Newfoundland English is different to Canadian English in this example? The answer is phonology. Thirdly, when speakers of Hawaiian pronounce the English phrase Merry Christmas, it sounds like Meli Kali Kimaka. What part of the mental grammar of Hawaiian is responsible for how the phrase gets pronounced? Answer: phonology. That means different dialects of English have their different characteristics on grammar and pronounced, and they also have their own rules, so that the second language learners needs to face the different rules of the dialects and the rules, so they should command these rules very well. Second learners' grammar is permeable. That is, the grammar is open to influence from the outside and through the input. It is also influenced from the inside. For example, the omission, overgeneralization, and transfer errors, which we considered in the previous chapter, constitute evidence of internal processing. We all know that Alice believes that consciousness play an important role in the development of interlanguage due to the role of consciousness. Implicit knowledge and explicit knowledge can be organically combined. That means, in this mode, classroom teaching not only applies explicit knowledge but also applies comprehensible input for the intake of the language. Due to the effect of consciousness, language learners can notice the differences between the language they are learning and the current language. Comprehensible input is transformed into intake, and at the same time, through cognitive compression, intake is transformed into implicit knowledge. Third, second language learners' grammar is transitional. That means learners change their grammar from one time to another by adding rules, electing rules, and restructuring the whole system. The results in an interlanguage continuum. That is, learners construct a series of mental grammars or interlanguage as they gradually increase the complexity of their second language knowledge. For example, initially learner may begin with a very simple grammar where only one form of the verb is represented, for example, drive. But over time they add their forms, for example, driving and drove, gradually sorting out the functions that these verbs can be used to perform. That's all. Thank you.